I want to give all honors and praises to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, RAWCHAA, QADASH. Double honors to the apostles and elders in Great Millstone who have taught me this truth and who rule well. Enough respect and salutations out there to the Akim doing the work in sincerity and in truth. So here today, I got an article. I want to get into it. It was an article that I read the other day, and it was saying that how fluoride is basically, we have fluoride in everything. We have fluoride in our water, our tap water, our toothpaste, in our toothpaste, and different other various things that are out here in the world that we use on a day-to-day basis. And fluoride is in it. So therefore, I have an article. We're going to get into it next, but it's basically saying that fluoride, it can kill, it can burn. Basically, let me, Salakia. Okay, Salakia. All right. It'll take the pineal gland. It takes your pineal gland that's in your head, and then it turns into stone. So meaning this is a good thing to have in your pineal gland. So now we're going to get into it. We're going to see what is the function of the pineal gland, and that's the name of this article. So let's go ahead and let's jump into it. This is written, updated July 4th, 2019. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the pineal gland is a small pine cone shaped gland of the endocrine system, a structure of the Salakia of the diencephalon of the brain. Esau and his damn words. I have to go into it to get the really understanding of what that word means. All right, of the brain. It reads on. The pineal gland produces the hormone melatonin. Melatonin influences sexual development and sleep-wake cycles. This is when you get into the different cycles of sleep, the REM sleep, the different cycles of sleep, which puts you into a deep coma of sleep, or a cycle of sleep to where that your sleep, your eyes are closed, but your brain isn't fully sleeping. It goes into different sleep cycles. This is what helps the pineal gland. This is why you see certain people, they have insomnia, they stay up late at night. You understand? So let's read on some more. The pineal gland is composed of cells called Salakia, pinealocytes, and cells of the nervous system called glial cells. The pineal gland connects the endocrine system with the nervous system in that it converts nerve signals from the sympathetic system of the peripheral nervous system into hormone signals. Over time, calcium deposits build up in the pineal, and its accumulation can lead to calcification in the elderly. So, like, I should have proofread this article. Bear with me, brothers. Bear with me. The function. The pineal gland is involved in several functions of the body, including secretion of the hormone melatonin, regulation of the endocrine functions, conversions of the nervous system signals to endocrine signals, causes sleepiness, influence sexual development, influence immune system function, antioxidant activity. All right. The location of the pineal gland. Directionally, the pineal gland is situated between the cerebral hemispheres and attached to the third ventricle. It is located in the center of the brain. This is where and what Esau is trying to get a hold of. He's trying to either destroy the pineal gland, or he's trying to just take it out completely by him using the fluoride and all these different chemicals that have agents of the fluoride ingredients in it to kill it. So if he can't kill it and make it into stone, how is this going to be implemented? Through the mark of the beast, the RFID chip. He's going to try to get into that. He's going to try to have to control it. If he can control your mind, he can control that pineal gland. This is a part of Esau's great divine plan. But the Most High, he can kill the brain, he can do whatever, he can control it. But what the Most High wants, the Most High, he wants to have your spirit. He wants you to be and contain. There's not going to be no type of enchantment against Jacob. All right? So this white man, Esau, he's trying to do everything he can because the pineal gland is something so important. Once that is destroyed, I mean, it's going to mess up the whole function of the whole body. So let's read on some more. All right, we can just read this. And it reads on. It says the pineal gland and melatonin. Melatonin is produced with the pineal gland and synthesized from the neurotransmitter serotonin. It is secreted into the cerebrospinal fluid of the third ventricle and is directed from there into the blood. Upon entering into the bloodstream, melatonin can be circulated throughout the body. Melatonin is also produced by other body cells and organs, including retinal cells, white blood cells, gonads, and skin. So let's go ahead and get to the more meat part of it. Okay. We can start right here. The more light detected, the less melatonin produced and released into the blood. Melatonin levels are at the highest during the night, and this promotes changes in the body that helps us to sleep. Low levels of melatonin during daylight hours help us to stay awake. Melatonin has been used in the treatment of sleep-related disorders, including jet lag and shift work sleep disorder. In both of these causes, a person's circadian rhythm is disrupted either due to travel across multiple time zones or due to working night shifts or rotating shifts. Melatonin has also been used in the treatment of insomnia and depressive disorder. All right, this lets you know your sleep. Everything. This plays a big part. Your pineal gland and melatonin. And it reads on. Melatonin influences the development of reproductive system structures as well. It inhibits the release of certain reproductive hormones from the pituitary gland that affect male and female reproductive organs. The pituitary hormones, known as gonadotropins, stimulate gonads to release sex hormones. Melatonin therefore regulates sexual development. In animals, melatonin plays a role in regulating mating seasons. Now, let's get to the pineal gland dysfunction. Should the pineal gland begin to function abnormally, a number of problems may result. If the pineal gland is not able to produce sufficient amounts of melatonin, a person could experience insomnia, anxiety, low thyroid hormone production, menopause symptoms, or intestinal hyperactivity. If the pineal gland produces too much melatonin, a person could experience low blood pressure, abnormal function of the adrenal and thyroid glands, or seasonal affective disorder, SAD. SAD is a depressive disorder that some individuals experience during the winter months when sunlight is minimal. You see why we need to have the vitamins? I believe it's vitamin C that we need to be in the sun. Everything plays its course. You understand? And the pineal gland is something very serious, and I'm going to try to apply it with the scriptures as well as a YouTube video to help try to open open up your mind a little bit more so that you can you can see where I'm coming from, because this is how the Most High and His angels is going to help store information. He's going to open up your mind in order to instill instructions and what we need to be doing on our daily life, what we need to be doing day to day. This is a good function because the pineal gland helps you sleep. As the scripture says, we're going to get into it. When you're sleeping, this is how He's going to instill His instructions. So if you're not sleeping and your brain is not in a good state where He needs, and your pineal gland is destroyed and you have anxiety, how are you going to be able to get the instructions sealed in? This is why you see most of our people that's so bugged out. Their pineal gland is probably just destroyed. They're eating all type of abominable foods. They have all type of fluoride in the system. They're not conscious. Neither can they be conscious. This is how you become. This is how you can have a reprobate mind. You're taking all these different type of drugs. You're drinking with the drugs. It's killing everything that you need to function for you to go to sleep. So let's read on some more. This is another article where it says fluoride literally turns the pineal gland to stone, research suggests. And I'm just going to skim through this one because we read some of in the other article. Yes, right here. Let's start here. The pineal gland has been known as the seat of soul for hundreds of years. Could fluoride, a ubiquitous vector of toxicity in the modern world, actually be calcifying this gland and literally turning it into stone? Basically giving you a rhetorical question. The discovery. Research published in 2001 showed that fluoride F deposits in the pineal gland with age and is associated with enhanced gland calcification. 11 age cadavers were dissected and their pineal glands assayed. We ain't finna get into them numbers. That looks so damn confusing. Let's read this right here. This is not the first research to implicate fluoride in contributing to so-called ectopic calcification or the calcification of soft tissue. We addressed this in a previous report on the potential for fluoride to calcify the arteries. Okay, let's go down. I'm trying to get to the... Okay, let's start here. The pineal gland is best known for its role in producing the hormone melatonin from serotonin triggered by the absence of light, and affects wake and sleep patterns and seasonal circadian rhythms. Like a tiny pea-sized pine cone, it is located in the center of the brain, between the two hemispheres, and is a unique brain structure insofar as it is not protected by the blood-brain barrier. This may also explain why it is uniquely sensitive to calcification via fluoride exposure. So you can see Esau, he's doing his work, man. He studied enough to give you all of this. He's going into different numbers, right here. What is this? Pineal calcium, R equals, man, come on. Esau's been doing his work while Jake out there doing all type of fucking nonsense. Excuse my language. He's doing all type of nonsense. This man is in the lab. He's studying. He's trying to figure out how the brain works, psychology. He even found out that it's a pineal gland. He knew that it was in there because it's talked about thousands of years ago. But now, with his science and his technology, he's able to go into it and look at it from a carnal view. So therefore, he's going to try to destroy it from a carnal view. Since he can't try to do it, since he can't destroy it spiritually. So let's read on some more. Okay, we can just read these little inserts right here. This has given rise to the opinion that it should be reclassified. And it says, in our opinion, the main trend of today's literature on pineal functions, only considering the organ as a common endocrine gland, deviates from the structural and histochemical basis. The pineal gland has been a subject of much interest since ancient times. Galen, described in the 3rd century, and the philosopher René Descartes identified the pineal gland as the seat of the soul. His explanation for this conclusion is quite interesting. It reads on. My view is that the gland is the principal seat of the soul and the place in which all our thoughts are formed. The reason I believe this is that I cannot find any part of the brain except this, which is not double. Since we see only one thing with 2 eyes and hear only one voice with 2 ears, and in short, have never more than one thought at a time, it must necessarily be the case that the impressions which enter by the 2 eyes or by the 2 ears and so on unite with each other in some part of the body before considered by the soul. Now, it is impossible to find in any such place in the whole head except this gland. Moreover, it is situated in the most suitable possible place for this purpose, in the middle of all the concavities, and it is supported and is surrounded by the little branches of the carotid arteries which bring the spirits into the brain. Can't get no greater than that, man. So let's see. I'm gonna try to speed it up a little bit. I should have proofread it. Oh man. Okay, let's start. Let's just keep going down. Descartes, the philosopher who just wrote this, was one of the few philosophers who was experienced in vivisection and anatomy, and who rightly appointed, out of the unique nature of the pineal gland's location in the brain and blood supply. The third eye is also a well-known symbol in Eastern literature and may be concretely grounded in the anatomical structure and function of the pineal gland. Calcium stones in the brain. Pineal gland calcifications upon dissection resemble gravel, little rocks, and are composed of calcite, calcium carbonate, and or calcium hydroxapatite, the latter of which is not unlike dentin or bone. Pineal gland calcification is associated with a number of diseases in the medical literature. You have 1 through 10. And it reads, Alzheimer's disease, bipolar disease, circadian dysregulation, hormone imbalances, low melatonin, insomnia, low back pain, Parkinson's disease, schizophrenia, sleep disorders, stroke. And all these things have to do according to the brain. And if their pineal gland isn't functioning right and your body's acting up, this is where you get the different type of diseases that come in with the bipolar, the insomnia, the Parkinson's. All this has to do with the function of the brain. It's very important. This can just go on to a whole bunch of other stuff. I just want to go ahead. Okay, let's get to this part. Eliminating how do we prevent pineal gland calcification? Eliminating exposure to fluoride is the #1 priority. We can start by being careful about surreptitious forms of fluoride in Teflon, foods, and beverages produced with municipal water. Did I say that right? Salakia. Yeah, municipal water, tap water, infant formula, fluoride containing drugs like Prozac, toothpaste, etc. We have collected a number of studies from the U.S. National Library of Medicine on natural substances which mitigate fluoride toxicity. We also have a section on our database dedicated to finding substances which prevent or reverse other forms of pathological calcification which may have relevance for pineal gland calcification, such as ectopic calcification. Lastly, there is research on the potential value of magnesium and phytate in reducing pineal gland calcification. Fluoride has a wide range of adverse effects. We have indexed over 60 diseases linked to this ubiquitous toxicant on the Green Med Info database. But based on the research presented here, one new way of describing its adverse effects is as a calcifer of the soul. Right. So this is exactly what is going to happen with the brain. It's going to start to cause calcification, and it goes into the brain to affect the pineal gland, and then you come up with all these different diseases. It says linked to over how many? Over 60 diseases linked. Over 60. And they just only named 10. So let's get into this little short video, a little 3-minute video. I don't want to make it too long. So let's play it.
The pineal gland. The pineal gland is a tiny pine cone-shaped endocrine gland about the size of a grain of rice, tucked in a small groove where the two halves of the thalamus join. Aside from regulating sleep and wakefulness through melatonin production, the pineal gland, also known as the third eye, has been referred to the principal seat of the soul and is a common focus of spirituality and mysticism. Could this mysterious structure be the home to a sixth human sense, a transcendent power referred to in every major civilization since the dawn of recorded history? For thousands of years, the pineal gland has been a great mystery, an emblem of higher consciousness. It was only very recently that we discovered a molecular basis for these notions. In 2013, researchers at the University of Michigan discovered something incredible being produced in the pineal gland of live rats, DMT, the most powerful psychotropic molecule known to man. This game-changing discovery was predicted decades earlier by clinical psychiatrist and psychedelic researcher Dr. Rick Strassman, author of DMT, the spirit molecule. DMT, or dimethyltryptamine, is a psychedelic compound occurring naturally in over 200 plants, also produced endogenously in the brain, said to peak in humans during REM sleep and right before the moment of death. Researchers link DMT to out-of-body experiences, time-space distortion, birth, and other instances of mystical perception. DMT has been shown in several scientific studies to have a profound effect on consciousness. Discovering the pineal gland to be a producer of DMT has rooted the enigmatic myth of this structure being a gateway to expanded consciousness to a molecular, physiological basis. Even before the pineal gland was proven to produce DMT, its regulatory functions of wakefulness via melatonin secretion have connected the gland to meditation and trance states. Meditative states are correlated with a sharp increase in melatonin. A melatonin influx lets the brain know it's time for sleep. Naturally triggered by the onset of darkness, increased melatonin during meditative states lets the brain know to slow down, allowing the mind to drop from the highly attentive waking brainwave states of beta frequencies into the calm, intuitive dreaminess of alpha and theta states. It's easier to meditate in the morning or late at night because the pineal gland has already begun producing the melatonin necessary for the brain to slow down and drop into a more relaxed and expansive state of consciousness. By regulating melatonin, the pineal gland is regulating the frequency of brain waves, shamaning their corresponding spectrums of awareness. Between controlling the production of the powerful psychedelic DMT and regulating wakefulness and the frequency of brain waves with melatonin, it's clear that ancient civilizations and countless mystics were onto something when they linked this tiny pine cone-shaped enigma with enlightenment and seat of the self.
Just a little short, a little short video pertaining to the pineal gland. You can do more research on it. So let's go ahead and I guess we can start at 14. Okay, we can start at 14. Yeah, we can start at 14. So now this is Job 33 and 14. And it reads on. For the Most High speaketh once, yea, twice, yet man perceiveth not. I wonder why they don't perceive it. Many brothers, even when you're in this truth, many brothers, they may not perceive it. But if you're being spiritual and you're already in the spirit, you're gonna see it because you're gonna look at everything spiritually. This is what that pineal gland is gonna help you to do. Verse 15. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men, and sealeth their instruction. As I said earlier, when you're sleeping, and the main causes for you to help to get into that type of sleep is your pineal gland. It's going to help function the body. But whereas you have the fluoride and you're using these different things that are out there, such as the toothpaste, etc., it's killing this help stoning, making calcification onto the brain to work its way down to your pineal gland, which helps you sleep. How are you going to be able to get the instructions? You up all night, you got insomnia, anxiety. This is when all the different diseases start to kick in because now your body's not getting the proper sleep that it needs. Let's read that again. Verse 15. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed, REM sleep, then he openeth the ears of men, and sealeth their instruction. He does that by opening the consciousness. Verse 17, that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man. Verse 18, he keepeth back his soul from the pit. And what's the pit? That's the things that you see, the everything that you see that's out in the world right now. The philosophies, let's get into that. And I wrote some of them down. All the things of this beast, the philosophies of this beast, the democracy, the religion, the idolatry, the homosexuality, the lies, adultery, the covetousness, financial market systems, the money, the fiat system, the patriotism, the need for natural resources, the entertainment, the folly, the sports, the political system, the military, your thoughts of murder, the judicial systems, so on and so forth, so on and so forth. The ways of this life. You want to be someone in this world. This is the Most High drawing you back from all of that, to giving you that was your purpose in this life, to become all of those things that I said. The philosophies of this world, you were caught up in it. But therefore, the Most High, he's drawing you out. He's drawing you out of that. He don't want you to be that. He's going to use you. He's calling you now. He's going to call you when you're in sleep. He's going to instill the instructions, just so you don't fall into the pit. And it reads on, and his life from perishing by the sword. Your life is going to perish by the sword if you're into all of those things. All right? Verse 19. He is chastened also with pain upon his bed, and the multitude of his bones in strong pain. Verse 20. So that his life abhorreth bread, and his soul dainty meat. His flesh is consumed away, that it cannot be seen, and his bones that were not seen stick out. Yea, his soul draweth near unto the grave, and his life to the destroyers. If there be a messenger with him, an interpreter, one among 1,000, to show unto man his uprightness. Who is that? That's the angels, that's the messengers to help you. Verse 24. Then he is gracious unto him, and saith, deliver him from going down to the pit. I have found a ransom. And we're going to jump into it. 1 Corinthians chapter 6. And we're going to start at 17. Because that links up in verse 20. But he that is joined unto the Lord is one spirit. Flee fornication. Every sin that a man doeth is without the body. But he that committeth fornication sinneth against his own body. What? Know ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, which is in you, which ye have of the Most High, and ye are not of your own? For ye are bought with a price. Therefore, glorify the Most High in your body and in your spirit, which are of the Most High's. I love that scripture. So let's read verse 24 again. Then he is gracious unto him. The Most High is having mercy on you, in order for you to hear this truth, to keep you away from the things that the fluoride kills, that kills the pineal gland, in order for you to receive instruction. He's having mercy upon you. He don't want you to fall into the pit. All right? And it reads on, and saith, deliver him from going down to the pit. I have found the ransom. You are bought with the price. You see how the scriptures link up and it brings understanding. So we're gonna jump to verse 25. We're gonna stop at 30. Yeah, we're gonna stop at 30. Yeah, Salakia. Verse 25. His flesh shall be fresher than a child's. He shall return to the days of his youth. Meaning he's gonna make you be reborn again. All right. He shall pray unto the Most High, and he will be favorable unto him, and he shall see his face with joy, for he will render unto man his righteousness. He looketh upon men, and if any say, I have sinned, and perverted that which was right, and it profited me not. Let's read that again, make sure you understand that. He looketh upon men. He's looking upon all the men that's on the earth, except for of Israel, but of the elect. He's looking upon men. Okay, and if any say, I have sinned and perverted that which was right, and what is right? His laws, his statutes, his commandments, his ways of life that he wants you to live in order for you to govern the rest of the world. That is what's right. You loving him, loving your brother, all keeping all the commandments to the best of your ability. And it perverted that which was right, and it profited me not. So all the things that you did in this world, just as I read the little list I read earlier, with you going into the philosophy, you loving this world, all of it profited you not. All right. Verse 28. He will deliver his soul from going into the pit, and his life shall see the light. You're going to see the knowledge. You're going to see the understanding of the Bible. He's going to open up your mind. He's going to instill the instructions in your mind when you're sleeping. You're going to pray to the Most High for having mercy upon you. Job 33, man, it's a deep chapter, man. I love it. Verse 29. Lo, all these things worketh the Most High oftentimes with man, to bring back his soul from the pit, to be enlightened with the light of the living. I love it, man. With the light of the living. Who's the light of the living? What is that? Hold on, Salakia. I think that's the right scripture. I don't know if it's gonna link up, but something just told me to come get it. Verse Isaiah 8:20, a precept to what I just said. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. You gotta have the light in you. The light that's in you is this knowledge, this understanding, this wisdom. The wisdom to be able to bring certain things out to help the people see. Lord willing, I'm one of those men, the hopeful elect, hopefully. But I'm very gracious that the Most High has given me. He's been favorable to me to even call me. That's good enough for me. Hopefully I'm one of those men to be chosen, but we don't know until that day. But I can say he pulled me from out of the pit. So is you. So as well as all of you. So let's go ahead and jump into the book of Colossians 4 and 3. And this is still talking about, I don't want to get off subject. I'm getting off subject a little bit. But I want to still stay on the with the pineal gland, the subject of the pineal gland. How it opens up your mind. Colossians 4 and 3. Withal, praying also for us, that the Most High would open unto us a door. Open unto us a door What's that door? Of utterance, to speak the mystery of Hamashiach, for which I am also in bonds. So let's jump into the book of John 14 and 16. Hopefully I don't want to speed it up. I already know this lesson is somewhat a little long. But this is the book of John 14 and 16. And this is Yahawashi speaking now. And I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever. Even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him, but ye know him, for he dwelleth in you, and shall be in you. I will not leave you comfortless. I will come to you. How does he come to you? By stealing your instructions while you're sleeping. He's supping with you. Verse 19. Yet a little while, and the world seeth me no more. But ye see me. Because I live, ye also live also. Verse 20. At that day ye shall know that I am in my Father, and ye in me, and I in you. And that's Yahawashi. He's with his men. He's with his men. He's getting his men. He's building his men up. The breath of life has been given into them. They have waken up. They have woken up. They've been called. But if you're going through all of these things with the fluoride, the different type of diseases, insomnia, low back pain, different things, bipolar disease, Alzheimer's, where you sleep disorder, you're getting strokes. Not saying that can't happen to you, but when you're in this truth, the Most High is going to tear you away from all of that. He's taking you out of the pit. So therefore, you are protected. You have a hedge around you. He's in you. How is he going to be able to work in you and you got Alzheimer's disease? How is he going to be with you and you Salakia? You got bipolar disease, Parkinson's disease. You got stroke, sleep disorders. How is he going to be able to work with you? You understand? So this is how we know that the Most High, Salakia, that Yahawashi is in us. He sent the Comforter to help us. He's not going to leave us comfortless. Or what else? We would have been as Sodom and Gomorrah. We would have been just done. But that's Salakia with the noise. But yeah, man, it's just, he's with us. Brothers, he's with us. So let's keep on going. Let's finish up in the last book. This is Revelations chapter 3. And we're going to start at, Salakia. Okay, 20. 20 and 20. We're going to stop at 22. So this is the book of Revelations, chapter 3, verse 20. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, this is Yahawashi, I will come into him and will sup with him, and he with me. Verse 21. To him that overcometh will I grant to sit with me in my throne, even as I also overcame and am set down with my Father in his throne. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. Who is the churches representing? The elect men of Israel. The men and the people who believe on this word. So your pineal gland, your function in your sleep, your diet, all that plays a part. You have to be well balanced. Let's get that. I believe it's Proverbs 11:1. I believe. Yes, Proverbs 11:1. A false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. Right. So you have to be you have to be well balanced in this truth. You have to be balanced in this truth. You can't just have a poor diet, not exercising, not eating right. You're going to catch this fluoride. Whereas the Most High is still going to keep a hedge of protection around you for you not to go near it. But this is how the Most High works. You can look and see through the Spirit and through the Scriptures how he lines everything up. Everything has to be balanced out. He comes into you. He sends the Comforter. He opens up. He tells you, you open up your brain to him. You open up to him. And he's going to come in, open the door, and he will come into you. I know I probably let me just say that again. Let me say that again. You open the door, and he comes into you. Meaning you come humbly. Open up yourself. Open up yourself into him. And he'll receive you. You understand? This is the great thing about the Scriptures, the great thing about the Most High. If he's called you and you are of the hopeful elect, no enchantment, which is this enchantment, shall come against Jacob. They know that Esau knows what this is. Your pineal gland. This is what helps you. This is what helps you get the understanding, which is carnally, the pineal gland. But that's what helps you function, get your sleep, and the instructions, what you need to do for the purpose of the Most High. So hopefully I didn't go off. Hopefully I didn't go off anywhere. This was just a lesson that the Most High put on my spirit for me to do. I hope I did everything right. This is just what the Spirit has told me to do, this lesson. It was somewhat of a hard lesson. I've never really pushed myself to do a lesson this somewhat deep. I remember I read the article. I seen it yesterday, and I've been pondering. I couldn't sleep last night. I got a little bit of sleep earlier this morning, and the Most High put on my spirit again for me to do this lesson. So I hope everyone was edified. Salakia, I'm very sorry for the reading. I didn't proofread it. I should have, but it was all in the spirit. I hope the people were edified. Another double honors to the apostles and elders in Great Millstone who have taught me this truth and who rule well. Enough respect and salutations out there to the brothers, to the Akim and the Ottawa out there doing the work in sincerity and in truth. Keep pushing. Keep doing the work. This is the brother Malachi. Keep pushing. Keep the faith. Keep striving. We're almost there. We're at the end. Keep pushing, Israel. Shalom.